Hello everyone, welcome back to GSTEF TV, your number one destination for the juiciest, most intriguing, and heart-stirring Nollywood stories that keep you glued from start to finish. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, turn on your post notifications, and join the family because what I'm about to share with you today will leave you rethinking everything you thought you knew about Maurice Sam, Paul Watts, and Sonia Uche. Yes, this one is hot, controversial, and will have you wondering if what we see on screen is just acting, or something much deeper playing out behind closed doors. Now, let's get into the gist. In the last few months, Nollywood fans have been buzzing non-stop about the undeniable chemistry between Maurice Sam and Paul Watts in their latest romantic collaborations. From their lingering glances to the almost too real passion in their scenes, people can't stop talking about it. Some fans call it pure talent, a testament to how deeply they connect with their characters. But others, and I mean a lot of others, are starting to believe that there's a hidden motive behind that fiery chemistry, a strategy meant to spark something off-screen, or perhaps, to spark jealousy in someone else. And that someone, according to whispers across social media, is none other than Sonia Uche. For years, Sonia and Maurice have built one of the most talked about on-screen partnerships in Nollywood. Every movie they star in together turns into a viral sensation. Fans ship them endlessly, calling them the power duo of Nollywood romance. Their effortless chemistry, their emotional depth, their quiet understanding of each other, it's the kind of connection you don't fake. Whether it's a dramatic confrontation scene or a soft, slow romantic gaze, Maurice and Sonia seem to speak a secret language that only they understand. They've never confirmed being more than friends, but the tension and warmth between them have fueled endless speculations that there might be something real beneath their professional partnership. So when Paul Watts suddenly came into the picture, everything changed. Paul is confident, bold, vibrant, and flirtatious in a way that instantly lights up the screen. And when paired with Maurice Sam, that energy created a storm. Their performances were fiery, almost too fiery. Fans started flooding comment sections, saying things like, "There's no way this is just acting," and "These two must have something going on for real." But another group of fans began to notice something more intriguing. Maurice's behavior around Paul seemed intentional, almost like he was trying to prove a point. On TikTok, fan edits comparing Maurice's body language with Sonia versus his body language with Paul began going viral. One clip showed Maurice and Sonia in a movie where he gently brushed her hair aside with soft affection, his expression tender and protective. In contrast, another clip showed Maurice and Paul locked in a fiery embrace, full of intensity and passion, his eyes burning with something that fans described as almost performative. The debate exploded. One comment read, "This isn't chemistry, this is a message. He's showing Sonia he can move on." Another said, "I feel like Maurice is using Paul to make Sonia notice him again." The question then became, is it sparks or strategy? Rumors of tension began surfacing when fans noticed that Sonia Uche and Maurice Sam, once seen constantly interacting online and liking each other's posts, had suddenly gone quiet. No cute behind-the-scenes clips, no playful Instagram comments, nothing. It was as if a subtle distance had grown between them. Meanwhile, Maurice and Paul were everywhere, appearing in multiple projects together, attending the same events, taking playful selfies, and even giving interviews where they praised each other's professionalism and the natural connection. But the tone of those interviews didn't help. The compliments seemed a bit too sugary, the smiles a bit too knowing, and fans couldn't shake the feeling that it was all too conveniently timed. A viral tweet summed up what many people were already whispering: Maurice Sam is too intentional with this Paul pairing. Feels like a move to make Sonia jealous, not just acting. Meanwhile, fan pages dedicated to Sonia and Maurice began expressing subtle disappointment. One comment under a fan edit read, "He used to light up whenever he talked about Sonia, now he looks like he's forcing it with Paul." Another said, "We've seen real chemistry between him and Sonia, but this new dynamic with Paul feels calculated." On the flip side, Paul's fans are defending her fiercely. They argue that she shouldn't be blamed for her natural connection with Maurice and that people should stop linking every on-screen partnership to off-screen drama. One fan even wrote, "Paul is giving her best to her craft." If their chemistry looks real, that's a win for Nollywood, not a reason for gossip. But the more people tried to defend the situation, the more curious it became. One incident that fueled the fire even more happened during a live event where the three stars were present. A fan recorded a clip showing Maurice greeting Pearl with a warm, friendly hug, laughing and whispering something into her ear. But when Sonia walked in moments later, Maurice's demeanor changed. He smiled politely but didn't go for the usual playful interaction fans were used to seeing between them. In the video's background, someone could even be heard saying, "Oh, Maurice, no one look Sonia's side today." The clip spread like wildfire across social media platforms, sparking thousands of comments. "Something's definitely off," one fan commented. "He's doing too much to prove he's over her." Another wrote, "The tension in that room could light up an entire city. I don't care what anyone says, this is personal." Then came the biggest bombshell. A behind-the-scenes video from their latest project together surfaced. The video showed Maurice and Pearl rehearsing a romantic scene, but what caught everyone's attention was not the acting, it was the uncut moment after the director yelled, "Cut." Maurice didn't step back immediately. He kept holding her, smiling in a way that fans described as mischievous. Pearl laughed, clearly comfortable, but when the camera panned slightly, you could see Sonia standing at a distance, watching the two quietly. Her expression was calm, unreadable, but fans froze that frame and reposted it everywhere with captions like, "Sonia is pretending not to care," and "She's hiding the pain well." That single clip reignited the conversation. Was Maurice doing this for attention, or was he genuinely moving on from Sonia? Some fans believe Maurice and Sonia may have had an unspoken understanding that got shaken when Pearl entered the equation. Others think Sonia is playing it cool, choosing silence over reaction. But many believe Maurice is playing a game, using the spotlight and his partnership with Pearl as a form of subtle emotional chess. As this speculation grows, interviews from both actresses have only added to the mystery. In one recent conversation, Pearl was asked how she and Maurice maintained such explosive chemistry on set. She smiled and said, "Maurice is a great actor. We just understand each other naturally." But then she added, "Sometimes when people see too much connection, they assume there's more, but we just flow easily." The interviewer pressed further, asking if she was aware of the comparisons to Sonia Uche. Pearl's smile tightened a bit before she replied, "People will always compare. Everyone brings something different to the table." Fans immediately picked up on the subtle tension in her tone. Sonia, on the other hand, was asked a similar question during her own media appearance, and her response was simple but powerful. She said, "Maurice and I have done a lot of projects together. I think people sometimes forget we're actors, we make connections that help the story come alive. But that doesn't mean every connection should be analyzed beyond what it is." To fans, that sounded like quiet shade, a calm, composed way of saying she sees the game but won't play it. And of course, social media went wild. One fan wrote, "Sonia doesn't need to compete. Her connection with Maurice is natural, not forced." Another commented, "Pearl is trying too hard. Sonia doesn't even need to lift a finger." But others defended Pearl, saying, "She's just doing her job. If her chemistry threatens fans, that's not her fault." Meanwhile, Maurice has remained largely silent, never addressing the rumors directly. But his posts tell their own story. In one caption, he wrote, "Some things don't need to be explained, time reveals everything." Another time, he posted a moody photo with the words, "Real recognizes real, fake fades fast." Fans immediately flooded the comments with speculation, asking if those words were aimed at Sonia, Pearl, or both. The narrative took another twist when Pearl posted a playful selfie with Maurice from set, captioned, "Always a pleasure working with my favorite partner in crime." Sonia, on the very same day, posted a subtle quote on her story, "Energy speaks louder than words." Fans instantly connected the dots, claiming this was Sonia's elegant clapback. One user even commented, "Sonia just said in silence what 1,000 words couldn't." Classic queen. Now, in the midst of all this, producers seem to be cashing in on the buzz. Upcoming projects featuring the trio are being teased, and fans can't wait to see how the on-screen dynamics will play out now that real-life tensions have taken center stage. People are already predicting that if Sonia and Maurice appear together again, the emotional intensity will be on another level, either full of suppressed affection or carefully concealed resentment. The fan reactions keep pouring in. One viral comment read, If Maurice is really using power to make Sonia jealous, then he's playing a dangerous game. Sonia doesn't chase, she replaces. Another fan disagreed, writing, maybe he just found a new spark with Pao. People move on, it's not that deep. But then someone replied, no one moves on that loudly unless they want to be noticed. The theories keep multiplying. Some fans even claim that Maurice might have felt neglected after the constant attention Sonia receives as one of Nollywood's most admired actresses, and that his public closeness with Pao is his way of reclaiming control over the narrative. Others say it's just good marketing. After all, controversy sells, and nothing draws viewers like an unresolved love triangle that blurs the line between fiction and reality. Still, what makes this story so addictive is that none of them have said anything direct. Every post, every interview, every look leaves room for interpretation. It's a perfect storm of mystery and emotion, and fans are caught in the middle, trying to decode who truly holds Maurice's heart. One user on X wrote, "You can't fake the kind of softness Maurice shows around Sonia. With Pao, it's chemistry, but with Sonia, it's connection." Another countered, "Pao challenges him. She brings fire. Maybe that's what he needs now." The debates are endless, and so are the emotions. As of now, the question remains unanswered: is Maurice Sam's growing closeness